Hello, Steve Fletcher here, and welcome to Vinyl Corner for June 2023. Today we are, as always, with these Vinyl Corners, I take you through my most recent purchases, my monthly purchases, as well as going back through my vinyl archive and pulling out a random letter of the alphabet. And today we have reached E in best E fashion. So we're going to show you what we've got there. Now, first of all, a little confession. June, financially, has been quite interesting for me. So there's actually, I must confess, nothing new being bought. And what I have done instead is I have gone on holiday with the fam, which obviously always costs more money than you think it does. And I've been to quite a few gigs. In particular, I've been immersing myself well and truly in prog wonderland, and I've been to see none other than legendary artist Peter Gabriel, and I have also been to see Porcupine Tree for the second time. So I thought what I would do, because I've not bought anything new, I would go through my Porcupine Tree albums that I've got on vinyl and my Peter Gabriel albums that I've got on vinyl. I do also have another one which is kind of leaning into the prog territory as well, which isn't new. I didn't buy it, but I did steal it. Not in the way you're thinking, but I did steal it from the old man. So we're going to show you that one as well. So we're going to start with the one that I stole from the old man. Now, you might recall in last month's Vinyl Corner, which you can view right there, I think it was last month's. I'm getting confused with my Vinyl Corners. But anyway, in a previous edition of the Vinyl Corner, I bought David Gilmour's On an Island, which is an album that I've got quite a soft spot for. I know some people are a little bit down on solo material from, people who were once in enormously influential bands. I generally don't have a problem with it. There's some stuff on an Island which would easily fit perfectly on any Pink Floyd album, the title track being one, The Blue being another thing. And I thought, you know what? I've got On an Island. I don't have the most recent record from David Gilmour, which is Rattle That Lock, but I know a man who does, which is, in fact, my dad. So I went to my dad's house, told him my David Gilmour On an Island vinyl purchasing story, and said, Dad, I'm going to steal your copy of Rattle That Lock to go with it. So here it is. He didn't mind, because I know he doesn't listen to it very much. So here is Rattle That Lock. And just like On an Island, no, there's some stuff on there that is possibly not the most classic of material, but there is stuff on there that, again, I would say would fit beautifully in the canon of amazing David Gilmour moments. This album in particular is worth buying alone for A Boat Lies Waiting and In Any Tongue. It's got an absolutely insanely good guitar solo on it, and I really do like it. I might have to do a little recording of that one day. Little idea there. Anyway, so here it is, the Rattle That Lock gatefold album. It's all falling out already. This is a little bit of a sort of uninspiring cover, middle, I should say, but it kind of goes on with the cloudy sky sort of idea. We have got in folder number 1, we've got some lovely pictures, although that again is a little bit more of a boring one. We've got the ubiquitous profile picture of Gilmour there, and we've got the actual vinyl itself, which looks absolutely lovely, as all vinyls do. On the flip side, in the other side of the gatefold, this lovely booklet, which is really, really nice. Again, some moody pictures, but some actual pictures, some nice pictures. So you've got the lyrics there. Oh, some nice lovey-dovey shots of Gilmour and Polly. More lyrics, more pickies. General studio informational guff. The first prog concert that I went to this month was the mighty Peter Gabriel. He has got a new album coming out. Now, Peter Gabriel releases albums at the rate of the average glacial shift, and it's been more than 20 years since he released his last original material album. He has released a few odds and sods things, covers albums, orchestral albums, and a few live DVDs and stuff in the meantime. So he's not been he's not been totally off the radar. He just hasn't given us anything new. So I went to see him live. It was both a fantastic and equally annoying experience, which I might just go into a little bit. But I'm going to go, first of all, with these two. These are vintage vinyls. I've not got anything new from Peter Gabriel. But basically, the two that I've got is this one and this one. So this is the debut Peter Gabriel solo album, known sort of generically as Peter Gabriel, or sometimes sort of Peter Gabriel 1, or sometimes known as sort of Car. I really like this one. It is a little bit strange. It does take a little bit of getting into. But again, like most albums, it's worth buying for just a couple of tracks alone. Salisbury Hill you've got on there, which was, sort of the big solo hit for Gabriel back in the early days. He did do that one on the live show that I've just seen. And you've also got Here Comes the Flood, which is an absolutely phenomenally good song. It's a great album nonetheless. It is a little bit trippy, but it is a good one to listen to. By absolute contrast, we've then got the So album, the album that turned Peter Gabriel from sort of curious underground, artist doing well into global superstar. And you can really hear that shift in this one. And I would advise anyone to watch the Classic Albums documentary that was recently done about this. I bought this. This is mine. The thing I love about this, got the original labelling on it from HMV when records only cost £5.49. What can you say about this album that hasn't been said before? It's absolutely fantastic. It is a massive shift in sort of tone and style and stuff for Gabriel, but why not? It's got some of his biggest solo hits on there. You got Red Rain. I mean, it reads like a greatest hits album. Red Rain, Sledgehammer, Don't Give Up. You've got In Your Eyes, Mercy Street. It's a fantastically good album, and I love it. And again, it's got all the lyrics on there. And there is the disc itself. And the last time I played this one, it did sound quite good for a vintage vinyl from 1986. So why did I love and loathe seeing Peter Gabriel? I don't really want to dwell on it too much. I did a sort of video blog. I don't think it was the Vinyl Corner. I did a little video log moan. I'll try and find it and put the link up there, where I just sort of talked about my generalness of going to live shows, particularly big live shows, although it's starting to seep into your small shows as well. And that is people who go to get absolutely bladdered, drunk out of their minds, and then just either talk, do this with their phones, or go woo at the artist really, really loud. It bugs the hell out of me. I don't understand people who do this. Why do you go to talk? Why do you go to a show? And let's face it, shows aren't cheap these days. Why do you go to just talk to your friends? Go to the pub to do that. Why go to get completely blitzed out of your skull and then just make a complete arse of yourself going woo and whooping about? Peter Gabriel's show, and now anybody who knows anything about Peter Gabriel knows that he isn't a good evening Wembley kind of live performer. He is an artist, and his shows are theatrical events. He's known for having a blow-up balloon globe on stage and rowing boats and bicycles and, he had a tree growing out of his stage on one of his shows and stuff like that. So it's as much of a theatrical event as it is a rock show. So he creates this mood where going, woo, we love you, Peter. It just doesn't, it's a big no. And we were unfortunate enough to have one such person sat next to us who we had to get removed because she was just causing such a fuss. She was shouting when she wasn't shouting. She was talking at people she didn't even know. Oh, I love this song. Do you love this song? I really love this song. Do you know what album it's from? I remember seeing this one live before. To the point where everyone around was going, shh. And she was then telling everyone who told her to be quiet to Foxtrot Oscar. And being generally abusive, At one point she stood up and started dancing and fell over and sort of then half rolled into the next block of seats in front of us. Just embarrassing. Absolutely out of a tree, drunk. And yeah, I just hate people like that. And it is ruining I think. I'm sure people will comment and go, shut up, Steve, that's what it's for. I don't think it is that's what it's for. You wouldn't do it in the cinema. You wouldn't do it if you went to the theatre, if you went to an opera, or if you went to, any other kind of production where there is live stuff. So, I don't understand why people go to live shows, get drunk, stare at the whole show through the show that they probably spent, 100 quid on a ticket, stare at it through their phone like this, talk to each other, go woo at the audience, at the crowd, and just generally make life pretty miserable for everyone around them. So there you go, rant over. I then went to see Porcupine Tree. Now, I saw Porcupine Tree last year at Wembley Arena and bought this, which is the box set of their newest album, Closure Continuation. Last night, the 29th of June, I was found myself at a loose end for the evening. Got to about 6:30, thought, what am I going to do tonight? And literally turned on my phone, went on Facebook, and the first thing I saw was Porcupine Tree saying, we're at Castlefield Bowl in Manchester tonight, which I did know about, but didn't do anything about it. There are still tickets left if anyone wants to come. So I was like, do you know what? It's 6:30. Show probably starts at 8. I could probably just make that. I'm going to go. So I went, and I'm so glad that I did. Great little venue, Castlefield Bowl. Great band, Porcupine Tree. One of the great modern progressive rock bands that there are. Anyone who is slightly interested in guitar-based music, that is, I wouldn't say it's crazy out there. It's a little bit out there, but, worth it. You would do yourself a massive, massive favour by getting into Porcupine Tree. In particular, and look at Fear of a Blank Planet, In Absentia, The Incidents. Those are my sort of top 3 recommendations. This album is the new album. It's got some great stuff on it. It is sort of a good album. To say that we've waited, over a decade for this album to be released, it doesn't really give you anything that you find essential for Porcupine Tree, but it has got some very good stuff on it. From a guitarist point of view, Rat's Return alone is worth buying. Basically, it's a triple disc vinyl set. So you've got your A and B, C and D, E and F, and contains the full versions of all of the whole album. My only little beef with this is for what it costs. It's literally just the album. Doesn't contain any bonus stuff or anything like that. They do have a live album for their most recent tour coming out. It's just been announced at the end of the year, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I do love Porcupine Tree, and I do love Stephen Wilson. He is prog's crown prince, as far as I'm concerned, and can do very little wrong. And he also, I don't know how he gets the time. I mean, he as well as being his own solo artist, being a Porcupine Tree, he does these amazing remixes of albums that you already know. I mean, it's just been announced that he's doing Richard Wright from Pink Floyd's first solo album. In particular, one of my favourites of his is Marillion's Brave album. The Stephen Wilson remix of that is Babaroo. So there you go. Not new stuff, but enough for me to justify talking to you about for this month. Now it gets to E. We are on the E pull out of my vinyl vault, and I have to admit I'm a little bit embarrassed about this. I don't have a lot of E. The only E that I have is a band that, no offence to you lovely people out there, you're lovely fans of this band, I've always found them a bit vanilla. It's not that I don't know what people see in them. I kind of do. I just don't ever really need them around my house. To that end, I bought these 2 albums sort of in an attempt to sort of convince myself that I should like them more and should listen to them more. So I kind of got the albums that you probably should get if you were going to get into this band. And other than the title track of one of these, which I have done a tuition video for right there, I'm not really that bothered about them. But here we go anyway. It is the Eagles. No, it's not the Eagles. It is Eagles. There's no the. I do know that. So we've got greatest hits of Eagles here. Anyone who says Eagles, you sound like you're instantly from Yorkshire, because people from Yorkshire don't say the. So yes, we've got Eagles. We've got the greatest hits, which is actually the greatest hits from 71 to 75. So what we got here, so basically you've got the ones that you would want. So you've got Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes, Desperado, One of These Nights. Yeah, basically. No Hotel California on that, but when did that come out? 76. That would be why. And oh, yes, Hotel California, the album Hotel California as well. So, and again, has seen better days. Double gatefold sleeve, but it's a bit tatty, a bit ragged, and does play as such, I must admit. Bit crackly, bit worn. We've got this lovely poster. Leaning back there, this lovely poster of the band. That's quite a nice thing to still have in a vintage vinyl that's been around since 1976. Stuff like that usually gets lost pretty early on. And then you've got the actual vinyl itself. Does look quite cool. Some nice little artwork on there. So there you go, boys and girls. Thank you ever so much for watching. It's only a short one today and featured a little bit of a Steve rant as well. Don't you just love those? Please like this video. Please comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you've been listening to. Steer me in your direction. Like, subscribe, comment, join in, share, spread the word. Help me grow my online business. All that jazz. And we shall see you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.